Hey, hello everyone. This is Hugo from SSW, and I'm with the EasyLeave team and Adam Kogan, our stakeholder, for the EasyLeave Sprint 23 review. EasyLeave is part of TimePro, and it's this great tool to help you manage your leave request for your company. Let's have a look at the summary email for this sprint. So, for this sprint, we had three goals. Make the update and delete of public holidays work, which is done. Implement UI and UX feedback, from the videos we made last sprint, and it's also done. And also create a new tenant and check that everything works as expected. I'm tired, it's okay. And that's also done. So all goals are achieved this sprint, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the backlog. We made some nice stuff in there, including UI and UX feedback from you, Adam. For example, this leave settings page has been reworked as per your feedback. So we moved some fields around and added a tooltip for the Siren sync, as you can see. What do you think?
All right. Well, I think it's good. I tried to use Yakshaver to send this feedback to you, and I sent a couple of empty recordings where the audio was off. It was just a bug with the iPad just doing that. Then I rebooted the iPad and it did another one that worked. Did you know that there were a couple of dud ones that needed to be removed, and then finally there was a good one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the bad ones are still in the backlog as pending because I can't see your new recording. That's for one of the videos. The other one, even though we didn't have the recording, the acceptance criteria was correctly captured, and so we could, make up what you wanted, which is clearly, add a
Right.
feedback button and a form and blah blah blah, which is also in the backlog. It's buried a little bit further deep down because this is probably more of a TimePro concern than just EasyLeave. We probably want to make it wider scope. And so it requires a discussion with JK, but it's on the backlog. Oh, hey, Tiago.
Hey, Diego.
Right. Hello, Tiago.
Hello.
Hi, Diego. We're talking about UI stuff, so you're just the person to listen to. Now,
Okay.
Jean, did you end up getting one where I did record it properly? Like you could hear me?
No, I didn't receive it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then how was the acceptance criteria any good? Like Yakshaver must be able to listen to me.
No, that's what
That's weird.
weird. Yeah, with me out. On the second PBI. So the one about changes to the UX again. The PBI didn't make sense because it just said improve UX, whatever that means. The other PBI, however, could hear you. Well, Yakshaver could hear you clearly because it said implemented feedback button and add a form and blah 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 blah. So I don't know. The answer is I don't
Okay.
know how this one has no sound, but still acceptance criteria.
Right. Okay. Now, is this an image of the live version or in staging?
That's my local environment.
Okay. All right. Okay. No worries. And it's with the French settings I can see when I look at workday length.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It is.
Okay. Well, it's much better than before. I definitely like to see what it looks like in production. And I really think, even with the nice tooltip showing there, you still might not understand what it's doing. So it needs to have a link to a page that has the video on it.
Okay, yeah. Can
So
do
you
this
understand how it
for
all works.
the public holidays, right?
Yeah, for the public holidays. And do you have one for this that
Yeah.
shows, like, tells you how the absence email works, why it's there, and
Oh,
what
no,
the errant email is about?
for those, no. For I think that's this one. It's not this one. That's this one. For the public holidays, we added this text on each tabs with a link to Gilles' video.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of work. I would just say, yeah, I don't know. It feels like a lot of words, but it's pretty nice. Yep. If
We
you
tried a
keep
condensed
Googling
version,
it-
but it was a bit cryptic.
yeah, but if you keep linking to this tutorial, it's a bit generic. It would probably be better to say tutorial, colon, and then the name of it, so you know it's a different page.
This is the link to Gilles' video. That's just different timestamps, actually.
Oh, so it's the same one, is it?
Yeah,
Just different
Right,
timestamps.
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But in next sprint, we will add documentation for EasyLeave in the wiki, in the repo. So we will have
Okay.
a dedicated page, so we can link to that page instead.
Right.
Yeah, Thiago?
The link on the words this tutorial, I think we should change that sentence to check out how to manage a leave group and make the whole sentence a link. Same on the other one. Make the
Oh, I
sentence
didn't even
shorter.
notice that. I didn't even
Yeah.
notice that. The words are different. See, leave group and public holidays. I know you guys know that, but I missed it.
Yeah,
All the
depends
extra
on
words.
on the tab, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would probably
Yeah, I
add
guess I was focused on this tutorial, so I thought, all right, it's the same page for both.
yeah, just make check out how to manage whatever.
Yeah.
The whole sentence a link. I think it's better.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Let's continue then. In the cool features I want to talk about briefly, we have the public holidays update and delete. Gilles, can you say a few words, maybe?
Yes. So now with that PBI deployed, sorry, with that PBI deployed, you are now allowing to delete public holidays. And while deleting a public holiday, it will delete the CRM appointment, the calendar appointments, and timesheet and leaves, and leave. Sorry, and leave. And you can also delete leave groups. And while doing that, it will cascading all the deletion of the time of the public holidays that are linked to that leave group. And I cut my hair.
That's
Nice.
the most important part. Timing was good.
That's perfect.
And what is the emoji when it hasn't been synced?
No, no emoji.
It should be across.
Right.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can have it.
The specs says it should be across. So usually whoever checked this didn't.
The specs, we're just talking about when it's synced. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, let's make it across when it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's syncing. Yeah. Do you want an emoji when it's syncing? Maybe the blue double arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like
Okay.
that.
Sure.
Maybe it should only be across when it's failed syncing, not when it hasn't synced.
So no emoji when
When
it has not been synced.
No, you can use the blue emoji when it's syncing or
Yeah.
started or something. But
Yeah.
if it's never synced, no emoji because
Okay.
it'll be empty. But only the red cross when there's been an error.
I would advise to put across because it is important to know that it's not yet synced. Because if you create the event and do not sync it, or the group and do not sync it, you might misleadingly think that it's just going to sync in the background. So I
Right.
want to prompt to use that they should click. I think it's better. Yeah. I understand that being
Right.
yelled at when you first go to a page because it's not very nice. But in this occasion, it's really prompting you to click somewhere.
Maybe a warning emoji then
Okay,
instead of
yeah,
an error.
maybe with a warning. Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. So warning if it's not synced, cross if error, blue true or low thingy is
Always syncing.
syncing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Next one on the list, that's cool one is the new tenant test we did. So we can use if you will.
Yes. So we created a new tenant in staging, and we tested with EasyLeave, and we do find 2 bugs, and both have been fixed and deployed to production. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Good. Thanks, Chloe.
I think, have you heard that, Adam? Because that's a big achievement.
Yeah. Getting the tenant working is great. Yeah.
In under a day.
Yeah.
So there were a little bit like a few friction points, but they were minimal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gives me great confidence in rolling out new tenants. So much better than before.
Right.
And it does mean EasyLeave didn't have much impact on the TimePro new talent rollout, which is expected because, well, that's what you want, right? You want to be able to roll out a tenant without EasyLeave, with ease.
Yeah.
And then turn it on.
Yeah.
They shouldn't impact each other. That's what I meant.
And it does, so it's great. Okay, that's it for this sprint. For the usage stats, it's getting hard to see who has not been using or been using it. Well, the new people using it. So yeah, it's consistent with last week. I think there is new in there, but I'm not sure. Since I'm only filtering on the last 30 days and all-time data, I can't really see who is new or not in the list. But yeah, looking good.
Okay. Now, just the column width again. The number 1, 2, 3, 4 does not need to be that wide.
Right.
Yeah, like it only needs to be like a little wider than the number. The days of leave, I feel like that value should be centered, but or the heading on 2 rows, days of leave. This is not a big deal, but
I think with this one, Adam.
The gaps between the columns is too much.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, but putting it onto rows doesn't sound like a great idea. Also, keep in mind that days of leave will end up ultimately being a whatever you call that, a bar, not a progress bar, but a
right, of course.
Yeah.
If
whatever you call that.
Make that it's called a data bar.
Data bar. There you go.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Data bar. Sense.
That's why he's chief,
Yes.
Yeah. So the value is how many days of leave they've taken using EasyLeave, or how many they've got leave coming up.
That's
none. It's how many leave requests they've put in. So if you put
no, I don't think so. I think at the moment it's the number of leave taken in the period.
Of days, or if you take multi-day,
no,
is it counted one or multiple?
No, one.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, if you create something today in 2 weeks, it won't show up in there.
Yeah.
Because the leave is starting in 2 weeks.
To Adam's point, it's not clear enough.
Yes.
I get where it's
Yeah, the heading needs to change to leave requests report or leave requests taken report, something.
Yeah, you go.
Easy.
Any reason why we have state instead of location? The state
consistency. Consistency
the
with
state
other
for
reports.
Hugo, it seems inconsistent to me.
It is.
Have the 3
it
letters.
It is the closest that we've got. It is the closest to what we've got as state. Well, actually, it's what we've got as state in CRM. Well, even though it's a region, not a state, but we don't have states.
Work better if we had office. Then we could differentiate Sydney from Newcastle.
I don't mind, but that would mean updating all the reports, which is not a hard task. It's just spreading outside of EasyLeave.
And we have the data.
Okay, maybe put that as
office. We just keep the same data. We just put office.
All right.
Or location or something like.
You're going to have like.
Yeah, maybe put that in the backlog as a low priority.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Moving on with the deployments, we did 4 deployments in the sprint, which is nice, nearly 1 per day.
Are they all your deployments, or are any of them from the other team?
No, those one are only ours.
Okay. I asked because when I was in the TimePro sprint review, they told me how many deployments, and I go, "Who did those? Oh, the French guys."
I said, fair
Taking
enough, I
your
guess.
credit.
That's fine. We're a team.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
team players, right? I've updated the roadmap now that the public holidays are done. So
Yeah, not very clear. Can you strike through the ones that are actually done? So now you're on to miscellaneous tech debt, are you?
yeah, go for it.
As the previous sprint review and the one before, and pretty much every single one, I am against updating this because this is a direct export from Azure DevOps, and I want to minimize manual steps in this
I agree. But it's just so quick to highlight what's done and put. I have something in my toolbar with the strike through button. I don't know if you have it in your
if you
toolbar.
notice, he's got it too.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You made me add it. So
Oh,
That's
yes, there we
point
go.
where we discussed it.
Then select those 4 values. Just select them. They're in a table.
Let's do it.
Oh, not the whole thing. Oh, okay.
That's
You
all.
want-
Why not?
Yeah, all right. Even better. That's fine. Yep.
That's easy. That I'm happy
Yep,
with
fine.
because it's one click.
Okay.
Doesn't really show much. But
Right.
Yeah.
And now, are you really on to miscellaneous and tech debt?
well,
For next sprint, yes.
for next sprint, the
Will be,
focus will
yeah.
be take that because I want to resolve it. I want to let it grow forever.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like you're happy with that.
That's fine.
Good then. And onto the retro. Everyone is really happy that we are done with public holidays. All sprint goals were achieved, and nearly all PBIs are done, which is great. And the testing of the new tenant was fine, so yeah, that's perfect for us. Don't really have much to say about what did not go so well. Do you want to add something, Jean?
Not really. I think I'm happy overall. I think it's good that we've finished our public holidays.
Yeah.
It's now done and dusted. It was a gift that kept on giving. But it's now finished.
Now, can I check? Is it really finished? Like, all the users happy? The accountants happy?
Well, accountants don't really have much to say about public holidays.
Right. What are they worried about?
They don't care. They don't care much about. They worry about leave types. They worry about leave length. They worry about this sort of stuff, which they're pretty happy with. There's one feature, but it's a big feature that is not done in EasyLeave at the moment, and that's dealing with part-time employees. That's in design.
Yeah.
We're working on the specs right now. We need to speak with Stefan to sort it out, but it's not going to be an easy task.
Right.
No matter how we
using
take it.
EasyLeave, does that reduce his admin work?
Yes.
It certainly it already does. Okay.
Obviously,
Right, who is
right now, the return. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to clarify my answer. Obviously, right now, the amount of admin work is probably equivalent due to the fact that he has to report some minor bugs and change requests. Right. But once that's polished out, it definitely will, big time.
Okay.
Would you concur?
I wouldn't know, but all I want to know is does it reduce his admin? Because I don't know how to explain that it does. And let me tell you, leave is a huge part of his job. So if it can reduce his admin, it'll make a big difference.
Yeah. Look, I think I'm a good product owner on that front because I experienced the same pain, although reduced obviously because we are less than 100 employees, right? But I still have to reconcile the leave, make sure that it match up with the accounting software, So I do see what he needs and I do understand his pain, and EasyLeave is helping me. So I know it's helping him. And also the feedback we got from Stefan and Jimmy are pretty good. They're pretty happy with it.
Right.
So, and they gave us test pass. So I guess, That says everything. There's one thing I want to say in the retro. Sorry,
Yeah.
I noticed in the
Which section?
it's probably in the things to be improved.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more of a question than anything. I noticed that the public holiday grids were missing a bunch of columns that we've identified a few times during reviews and also in PBI, saying that we want, synced by and, last synced and then created by and last updated, this sort of things. There's four
Yeah.
columns we want. They're not in the GIFs that you added to the PBIs.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's been put aside to just finish up the feature and then polish it later. Just make sure that it's in the next sprint. That's all.
Yeah.
Because the data is there, so it's just a matter of displaying it. And it makes the grid jump in between different views because they don't like the number of columns doesn't match. So that's it. I know Adam cares about it, and I care about it a lot too. So yeah, I just need to make sure it's in the next sprint.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything from your end, Adam?
No, that's good. That's excellent.
Okay. So let's have a quick look at the.
Hey! What about you, Jagger?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Hey.
Mhm.
Okay, double thumb up.
Double
Good.
thumb. That's great. Thanks, Thiago. So let's have a look at the sprint planning for next sprint. So we have two goals for next sprint.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. First, some architecture work. We need a battle plan for the sick leave schemes and the part-time employees that we just discussed with Jean. And we'll also work on the tech debt we have. So that will be our main goals for next sprint.
Can I just make it clear that that I would definitely love to know how EasyLeave helps the accountant currently and how it's going to help them in the future. That's just one thing I'm not clear on.
I can check that. Yeah. Establish ROI.
Yeah.
In terms of admin work.
Yeah. Like ideally a page that says, here's the reconciliations or whatever. If I know that, then I also know how Stefan should be doing this as well. And I certainly wouldn't speak to Stefan without Cookie, because having a technical person who's done payroll systems will improve that conversation.
Yeah, sure. That's something we can try to fit in for next sprint.
Yep.
Although keep in mind that because of time zone, this is very dependent on their schedule too. So don't get too high hopes too high. It's in the backlog. We'll add it to backlog. Make sure it happens.
You can
Might not happen.
You can just ask them to record something for you. How they work currently and how they want to work. Yeah,
sure. I need to speak to Stefan anyway, so we might end up doing it at the same time. Since are you done with
yeah.
Pretty much. Adam, I would very much like to inform you that we are now kind of burning cash on little things that don't bring much value. And as a product owner, you in paying the bills, you should be aware that we need to draw a line in the sand and go live sometime soon because we can keep adding features forever.
Oh yeah, I understand. We were just waiting for the instructions, the videos to be added to the pages. So yeah, I'm happy now. Those videos are done and they can be linked to on the pages.
It's not, I'm not angry. I just want to inform you because, as product owner, you need to be aware of the budget. And we're now burning cash. We're probably over budget as far as MVP goes right now. So, but we keep polishing the app, so it's good. Just that we could cut.
Tiago, have you tried taking some leave on this app?
Once.
And it was good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I gave some feedback at the time.
Yeah.
But it was generally pretty good.
Was the feedback actioned?
I don't remember exactly, but I think so. Yes.
It was.
It's not
about check your emails and PBIs. There's a done.
And follow up.
It's tofu, Tiago.
Yeah, it's
ownership and follow up.
Okay. Will do.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it was all done.
Awesome. Okay. Is that a wrap?
Yeah, I think it's a wrap. As usual, the video will be on TimePro's channel. You can get there by clicking on the red button at the top right here. So as Hugo and the guys from EasyLeave for this punch review. See you in the next one. Cheers.
Thank you. See ya.
Recording terminated.